The Three Little Pigs. Once there were three little pigs. They were full of energy and played rough and tumble games with a lot of squealing. They ate fast, licking their plates clean and always wanting seconds. Their poor mother knew that they needed more than she could give. It was hard to keep them in her little old house. Sadly, she told the three little pigs that it was time to become big little pigs. They would need to go out bravely and take care of themselves. Off the three little pigs went, each with a lunchbox packed with treats. Down the path they trotted and along a big road. Soon they met a man on his way to market with a donkey piled high with straw. One of the pigs had an idea. "Good sir," he said, "would you like to swap one of my yummy treats for your straw? I want to make a house." The man was hungry, so he agreed. The first little pig said goodbye to his brothers and got busy quickly building a house of straw. Further along the road, the two little pigs saw a woman stacking branches and sticks to burn when winter came. "Aha," thought the second little pig. "Those sticks are just what I need to build my house." "Please, madam," the pig began, "I will give you half of these treats for half of your sticks. I need to make a house." The woman looked at the little pig and felt slightly sorry for him. "You may keep your treats," she said, "but take as many sticks as you need." The second little pig tied a huge bundle of sticks with rope and dragged it away to build his house. He felt lucky and worked hard to make a house he could be proud of. The third little pig continued on his way. He imagined how nice it would be to sit down in the sunshine and eat his treats. But he knew he better not. What if he needed them later to exchange for some straw or sticks and build a house like his brothers? Moments later, the pig saw a man driving a horse and cart. The cart was overloaded with bricks, and the pig thought, "Aha." He waved at the man and asked him to stop. "I have only these yummy treats to give you. Would you be kind enough to let me have some bricks?" The man had been worried that the load of bricks was too heavy for his horse to pull all the way to the village. He looked into the third little pig's lunchbox and his eyes widened. "Very well," the man nodded. "Show me where you'd like me to unload some for you." All the little pigs worked hard to build their houses. That night, each of them was exhausted. The first little pig was getting ready for bed when he heard a wolf outside. The wolf's stomach was rumbling loudly. Little pigs, he knew, could be scrumptious little meals. Little pig, let me come in," the wolf growled. In his new straw house, the first little pig shook with fear. "Oh no," he replied, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf only laughed. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. In a few moments, he had eaten up the little pig and was setting off to look for another tasty bite. When the wolf saw the second little pig's house of sticks, he licked his lips eagerly. Inside, the little pig was munching on one of his mother's lunchbox treats. Little pig, let me come in," the wolf growled. "Never," said the pig, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," came the voice of the wolf. He huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed a little more. Finally, he blew the house in. In the blink of an eye, the second little pig became the wolf's second meal of the night. The third little pig was tired and hungry after building his house of bricks. Part of him wished he hadn't given the man with the horse and cart all he had to eat. But if he hadn't, he wouldn't have his nice brick house, complete with a fireplace to keep him warm. By now the wolf was feeling rather full. Even so, he knocked on the little pig's door. Little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf huffed, and he puffed. He puffed, and he huffed. Then he huffed and puffed again. Soon he realized that huffing and puffing were useless. He could not blow the third little pig's house down. "I shall need to be patient," he thought, "but I will eat this pig tomorrow." The wolf called out in his most charming voice, "You win, little pig, but I'm sure you must be hungry. I know where you can find a nice field of turnips." "Where?" asked the little pig. "Not far from the bend in the river," the wolf said. "I can take you there in the morning, and you can collect some for dinner. Be ready at 7 o'clock. "Very well," the little pig told the wolf. "I will be ready." The next morning, the wolf returned to the brick house. To his surprise, he found that the little pig had left at 6 o'clock and found the turnip field near the river. Turnips were already stewing over the little pig's fire. The wolf was annoyed, but again spoke kindly to the little pig. "I know where there is a nice apple tree," he said. "Do you like apples?" The little pig did like apples very much. "Where is this tree?" he asked. "It's on a hill near the milking shed," replied the wolf. "I will come for you at 6 o'clock in the morning. Be sure to wait for me, and I will help you collect some apples." The little pig woke at 5 o'clock and hurried off in the direction of the milking shed. Soon he saw the apple tree. His bucket was almost full when he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Little pig, you are always so early." The wolf looked angry. Although the little pig was frightened, he called out to the wolf, "These are such sweet apples," said the little pig. "Here, try one." The little pig threw an apple in the direction of the wolf. It rolled past the wolf and down the hill. As the wolf turned to go after it, the pig jumped down and raced home as fast as his legs would carry him. Next day, the wolf came to the third little pig's brick house again. "Little pig, I will forgive you for your rudeness yesterday. We can still be friends. There is a fair in the village this afternoon. Shall we go?" "Oh, yes," said the pig. "What time should I get ready?" "At 3," said the wolf. "And remember, fairs are much more fun when you go with friends." The little pig thought this was probably true, but knew the wolf should not be trusted. He went to the fair 2 hours earlier than arranged and had returned home by the time the wolf arrived. Now the wolf was furious. 3 attempts to trick the little pig had failed, and 3 times the wolf had been tricked by the pig. Each time, the wolf had become hungrier. "You are the most annoying little pig I have ever met," he boomed. "I will eat you if it is the last thing I do." The little pig saw immediately that the wolf's rage would make him do something foolish. Sure enough, the wolf set about climbing to the roof so that he could slide down the chimney. The little pig lit a blazing fire and set a big pot of water to boil. The wolf struggled, groaning and growling, all the way to the top of the house. Finally, he climbed into the chimney. "Dinner time, little pig," the wolf snarled as he hurtled down the chimney. "Dinner time, big wolf," the little pig said as he watched the wolf plunge into his pot of boiling water. The little pig covered the pot with a lid and wondered what wolf soup tasted like. Little Pig lived happily ever after, as he was never troubled by the wolf again.
So they told me all the things that you said, running all over my name. Oh, and you're acting oh so innocent, like I'm the only one to blame. You've been lying to yourself, lying to everyone else, only thinking about yourself, darling.